Hello everybody and welcome to a new video. It's another composition video. And I promise I'll do more of these. Just to recap what we did. Here I have this opening. I feel like I wanted to do more stuff with this. It's not really a finished composition, it's more of like an exploratory sketch which might develop into a composition. And I'm thinking, yeah, I might like to write this for full orchestra. And I will see how it transpires. I don't know what to do. What did I say in the last video? I can't believe I've got to watch that video. No, I don't want to watch that video. I don't want to watch any video I've done. What's this thing here? It's such a random thing. I know it accidentally appeared there. Well, let's work with it. Let's work with that. At random. Right, I'm going to turn it into a big chord on the piano. There's going to be a pause though because I want them to get over this ostinato thing that they're doing in the left hand. So there'll be like a 2-beat pause to give them some break, like a brief break. We've got this counter melody going on. Maybe I'll have that in the clarinet slower. Remember what I said, if you've made the notes longer, you've augmented them. So we can apply some augmentation. It's just another technique. If you want to like a summary of all these different techniques. They're in serialism, but they're also techniques that we used in canonic writing. The point is you can do what you want. There's just a name for all this stuff. It's already been done, but you can do what you want. You don't even have to augment it in a set regulated way. You can augment maybe the first note and then shorten the next note, which would be diminution, making it short. Oh, we can also do interesting things with time. Temporal, what does he call it? Mind has gone blank. It's on the tip of my tongue. So I have this YouTube video out. Go to YouTube. Messiaen. Here it is. Please don't stop playing. Reductive rhythm. Oh, okay, reductive rhythm where you would shorten the phrase by just a bit so that you think it should feel like it should end longer. Like the consequence should resolve, rhythmically speaking, but you just shorten it a bit and it's like, oh, I've been cut short. So you don't have to diminution the whole phrase, for example. That's my point. You can play with perception of time. But getting back into the point, I'm gonna just do this. So it's this melody here. So it's D. So I'm going to have it here. I'm going to maybe put it into crotchets on minims. Oh, triplet crotchet. Wait, there's 3 of them. Triplet minims. We're changing the feel of the pulse now. It's D. Make it a triplet. F natural. And then F sharp. Have it to neutral. And have it an octave lower. And I kind of want it to start kind of quietish. I kind of want it to just... So how do we do that? You see like an FP, that'd be like... I want it to be... I don't want it to be maybe PF, I want it to be like PMB, PMF. Maybe if I do this and then I'll do a dash and then write MF. I don't want it to be slurred though, now. Yeah, I don't want it to be to neutral. I don't even want it to be tongued. I want it to be just like... I'm overthinking this bar, you may think. And this needs to be more chordal. So maybe I'll throw in an E. Ooh, sounds very... doesn't sound too bad. I like this, because you've got your F sharp, speak, because you've got your F sharp here and your E, they're very, you know, they're a semitone apart essentially. Well, also, they're in different octaves, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I like that. I guess I'll have them together doing this, but... let's see, F sharp. Maybe this will be F natural. I kind of want there to be like a thing, like a... you see what I mean? I've written 2 bars now for piano and 2 clarinets out of these rogue notes that were here. Made these into triplets here, and I sort of put this into chords on the piano and changed some of the octaves they were sitting on. I moved them down the octave in the left hand and I added some chords. I feel like this needs to be a chord as well. Maybe that should be an octave, so I'll just... So you've got this other melody now. like a counter melody. I'll shorten this note so they'll have time to breathe. So this note in bar 13, I'm not being clear with any of this, am I? And then they've got a breath, have a pause. It should be fine. I know like clarinetists who can do circular breathing and stuff. So we've got E, D, E. Well, that's not that exciting. And it should be E, F, F sharp again. No, it's not good when it's up an octave like that. The other melody I think might be A, F, F sharp. Maybe this will also be an octave lower. Kinda like it, but I don't like this thing here, these two, this D and F. It's not quite right. Well, maybe this should be an E. But then that's like going from E, E, E. So then why don't you just give one of them E, E, E? I don't know, that's just weird writing now. There is a way, D... Don't have enough notes. Maybe this is an A instead. That's better, but maybe it should be faster. Yeah, and it should change. Right, so what I'm going to do is this instead. So I'm going to make them triplets. Quaver triplets. So what I'm doing is, I'm using this as a starting point, this thing here. And I'm making this sort of da-da-da. This is too fast actually. I kind of want a break in between both, in between them, so it might be, there's a crotchet break between them both. So it's like da-da-da. Oh, something's not quite right here. I'm modifying the notes, so I had this original thing that I found here and I made it into this chord, and so I'm taking some of the counter melodies from this chord and putting them into these triplet things here. Something's not right here. So it's, yes, because we've got this repeated E here, so it doesn't feel like the thing's moving at all. It'd be interesting if I ended up leaving this here and just magnifying it a bit, like everything was building up to this moment. Yeah, I think it's the end of the phrase that I generated with the magic square in the first video. It's turned into this. And this. It just feels like it should be repeated, but maybe the notes should be different, or it should be repeated somehow. I don't know. It should be repeated with chords in different places. Okay, so I should repeat this. But I think the piano chords should now sort of be in unison with the triplets, just to see how that feels. I'm kind of messing with the feel of the pulse in a way, intuitively. I'm changing the feel of the pulse with the triplets, but also by changing the punctuated notes that come with the chords here. Like you feel like, oh, this must be the main beat now. No, it's not. I think it just skews the feel of how many beats might be in a bar. It feels like it could be regulated, but it's not quite. Maybe there is a bit of reductive rhythm going on. Let's have a look. So we have, if this was say a punctuated, regulated beat, which is kind of what the illusion it's giving, because these are separated by 2, 2, then you got 4, 2, 2. Oh, maybe that's what I need to do. I need to add another, right, that's what I need to do. I'm sorry, I'm just My mind is jumping, it's what happens when you compose. I need to add in another one of these after 2, because you set up this pattern of this 2, this 2, this 2, this 2, this 2, and this underneath doesn't follow that pattern. So here you've got 1, here you've got 3, which would be like slightly augmenting it. Here you've got 3 again, which is keeping this, you know, establishing that. But then you've got 2, which is like reductive. So that's playing with the rhythmic feel. The flowing pulse feels juttery, raggedy, you know, like what else, what else, what else? I like this bit a lot. I feel like it shouldn't just be there and then gone, so I want to repeat it. I will go over what we've done today. So we had this starter little phrase, which I've just moved here into this clarinet 2. And I think it was the end of a phrase that I had in the Magic Square generation when I was generating all that material. And I've changed it in here, I put it here, but this has been developed into this phrase here, into this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 bars of music. Some repetition. What I did was I augmented the rhythms here, I think, and that made the whole piece feel slower. I put the phrase in the piano part here and added chords and changed the registers of the pitches, added dynamics and so on. I repeated it here and then I diminuted. I used rhythmic diminution, so they're now quaver triplets instead of minim triplets. And I took some of the counter melodies from the chords that were generated when we turned it into chords in the piano part, and I developed that further intuitively in the 2 clarinet parts to create this figure here. I intuitively wanted to add 2 crotchet rests between each iteration of this triplet figure with varying notes. Underneath I played with augmenting and reducing the rhythmic feel of the phrasing, I guess. You could say this is like a rhythmic phrase by having a crotchet in between each crotchet punctuation of a chord, and then extending that to 3 crotchet beats, which I repeated, and then reducing it to 2 crotchet beats, 2 crotchet beats, so it gave this feel of a shifting pulse without actually changing the time signature. And then I ended it with the initial phrase, the initial little motif, sorry it's not a phrase, that I started with in order to generate that material. So that's what I did today. And let's see what we can do next time. I do want to develop this. It's still a rough little thing. I feel like more needs to be done. This piece just feels very sketchy. Maybe it's because I'm writing it whilst being watched. I don't know. I don't know if it will write for orchestra now. I don't know. It needs something though. But thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next composition video to see where this piece goes. Bye for now.